All right, what is up YouTube? It is the Ville Outdoors here. Today is April 21st of 2025. I have made the drive all the way south of Baltimore, and we are here in Potomac area of Maryland, and this is particularly the Watts Branch Creek. And in this creek there should be a decent population of Silverjaw Minnow, and that is the species we're going to be after today. If we can do so, that would be species number 200 for us. Now, last time you saw me catch a new species on the channel, that was number 198. That was the rainbow darter, also coming from Maryland. Species 199 was the alewife, which I caught on Maryland's eastern shore, and that was a species of shad. I can show a picture what that fish looked like right here. But today we're going to be after the milestone fish, number 200. So I just dug up some bait from these little riffles here. So we have a little piece of nymph on there, and we're going to try and catch this Silverjaw minnow. So wish me luck. Hopefully we can get species 200 down here and make this drive worth it. Alright guys, I just got my first minnow of the day there. I'm not sure if that's a Silverjaw minnow or not, but I took some pictures of him. I'm gonna let him go and figure out what this guy is later. Could be species number 200, but I'm not too convinced. So I'm gonna let this guy go. Let's see if I can get another one on camera this time. Nope, this is not a... That is a darter, a tessellated darter in particular. Nothing new about that. Still a cool fish. Took that pretty aggressively for a darter. Let's go ahead and get this guy unhooked and get back after our minnow. Alright, we got ourselves a beautiful eastern black-nosed dace here. At least I believe that's what that is. At least it should be. He's going to go back in the water, but that is our third species of the day. So we have one fish we still need to identify. We have a tessellated darter, and we have an eastern black-nosed dace. Another species for the day. This one here is a rosy side dace. First one of these I've caught in a while, so that's cool at least. We'll take a shot and then we'll let him go. Another species for the day here. We got ourselves a blunt nose minnow. Pretty little guy. That first one we caught that I wasn't able to identify right away looks to be a swallowtail shiner, so our suspect is still at large. So we have swallowtail shiner, tessellated darter, eastern black-nosed dace, rosy side dace, and blunt-nosed minnow. So 5 species already, so species-wise we're doing really well, but we just need to catch our target. Alright guys, mission success. We got ourselves a Silverjaw minnow there. I'm going to take some shots of this guy and hopefully he levels out for us. And then we're going to let him go. But that is species number 200 right there. Alright, that's where that Silverjaw minnow came out of. We got these little tree roots here. There's a spot where it dips down beneath these riffles here. And from what I was reading yesterday, or the day before, whenever it was, this was like textbook Silverjaw habitat there. Now, there wasn't a big school of them. Luckily, there was just one, and one was all I needed. I did a dip with my net through there to see if there was any more, and I did not come up with any more Silverjaw, but I found a central stone roller, a fantail darter, a tessellated darter, and of course some more black-nosed dace and blunt-nosed minnow. So I'll include some of those pictures here, at least those cool fish like the central stone roller and fantail darter that we don't have yet for the day. We'll see if we can catch those on hook and line later. But right now we are going to focus on moving downstream a little bit further, seeing if I can get a bigger silverjaw minnow, see if I can get a photo upgrade for the one I caught. So yeah, that'll be the plan, but my trip here is pretty much made. I'll be heading out of here probably around 1:30 or so to try and beat the traffic getting home. And since it's probably going to take me that way anyway, I might stop at the Octoraro Creek again and see if I can get a gizzard shad. So yeah, we'll see where the day takes us, but that's my day complete right there. That's 200 species. That's really all I came down here for. So I could start my trip back home, but since it was like 2.5 hours plus getting down here, I think I'll stick around until I have to get out of here. All right, we got ourselves a deep pool here, and there's no doubt some shiners that lie in wait. I just gotta get to them. So I'm gonna drop this down, and it shouldn't take long. Most of these look like blunt nose minnow or something. I just missed one there. But these silverjaws will school with these other fish. So we just gotta weed through them, I guess. That's a bigger fish. Oh, and he popped off. Let me take my bait. I still got a smidge of bait on there. Oh, there's a big creek chub or something that just swam by. Yeah, it's a big stone line. Oh, we just made it in the net. What do we have here? This looks like a fat blunt nose minnow. Yep. It's probably one of the larger blunt nose minnow I ever caught. We're gonna go ahead and let this guy go. And did he take our bait? I still have a tiniest smidge of bait on there. Should be enough to land another fish. There's one juicy stone roller that's down there, if that's what that is. Or it might be a spawning sucker. Spawning white sucker, maybe. I don't really have the equipment for that at the moment. I think I need a juicier glob of bait on there. I have a nice juicy glob of bait on there now. We're gonna walk out where I just was and see if I can catch something other than a blunt nose minnow in here. There's a fish, and it is a... oh, it's a juicy silverjaw minnow. Holy cow. Alright. Let me get this guy to safety. Alright, well this guy is not behaving much in the photo tank. But this is definitely species 200, just as that little guy was earlier. This one is a much better sample though, much larger in size. So I'm gonna take him out, show him to the camera one more time. You can see that jaw there, very characteristic of the silverjaw minnow. That's why they get their name. All right, guys, here's our silverjaw minnow. He's gonna go back in the water. Look at that, beautiful. This is the hole he came out of. I just kind of suspended that in the water a little bit, not towards the bottom where those blunt nose minnow were, and I guess he just came up and grabbed it. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to try that same approach again and see if it results in a fish. Oh, just had a decent take there. That is a fat rosy side dace there. Here, little guy. He didn't swallow the hook completely, thankfully. These guys have quite large mouths. There we go. Pretty little guy. He's going back in the water. Oh, that was a big take. Whatever fish that was just did some acrobatics on me. There's a fish. Let's see what we have here. It is a shiner. This is a spot fin or satin fin shiner. We're going to take some shots and release this guy. Alright, I still have my bait after that Cyprinella species, whatever that one in particular was. And there was a hog sucker I just spooked. That would be nice. It's probably not going to be possible right now, but... we got ourselves a swallowtail shiner here. Yep. We're going to go ahead and let him go. There's a fish. What do we have here? Another swallowtail, looks like. Indeed it is. Nice easy unhooking, and he's released. There's a fish. What do we have here? It is a fat blunt-nosed minnow. Alright, blunt-nosed minnow is back in the water. Alright guys, a little bit of a shorter video, but I have some friends joining me a little bit, so I'm not going to record while they're around out of respect. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video where we caught species number 200 for my life list, as well as a bunch of other species such as swallowtail shiner, eastern black-nosed dace, tessellated darter. We got ourselves the silverjaw minnow, of course, blunt-nosed minnow, rosy side dace, that's 6. And did we catch anything else cool? The satin fin or spot fin shiners. So 7 species total on hook and line, and we also observed a central stone roller and fantail darter. So that's 9 species making an appearance in this video. I also caught a creek chub, but I didn't take a picture of that. So 10 species, but only 9 appeared in the video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. If I film later in the day, if I make it to the Octoraro Creek and do some fishing over there, I will film again. I'll either mesh it together or I'll do it a separate video. So we'll see how the day goes, but If you want to see more from me and more species hunting adventures, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell. That way you can get notified of when I upload. But with that, I will see you guys on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors. That's a quillback right there. That's a quillback. We're gonna get him revived because that fight was kind of long on that light tackle. Oh, he's ready. Beautiful.